move on to section B. Express 1,270 cents in dollars and cents. Okay, now the first thing that we need to know is that $1 is equal to 100 cents. And to make this into dollars and cents, we simply need to get 1,270 cents divided by 100. So let's see, 1,270 divided by 100. So we can't put that there. 0 becomes 12. And it becomes 0 as well, so it becomes 127. The nearest number would be 1 times 100, so that's 100. And then we have 27. 270. The next would be 2. That's 200. And we are left with 700. We have to put the decimal place. And here, so we have $12.70. So that's our answer. Now another solution that we can provide, which is also quite fast, is just by moving the decimal place. So we know that it's divided by 100, right? And since it's 1,270 cents, the decimal place is here because this is the whole number, correct? And since we need to divide it by 100, we just need to move this decimal place forward twice. So that's equivalent to 100. So that's here. So our decimal place moves between number 2 and 7. So it becomes $12.70. So we also get the same answer. Okay? Question 11. Find an equivalent fraction of 4/7. So 4/7, can we provide a more simpler form of this fraction? Unfortunately, we can't because there are no common factors between 4 and 7. So what we can do instead is by multiplying a common number between 4 and 7. So that can be 2. We multiply this by 2 and we get 8/14. So this is actually the answer. Okay. Next, the figure below is made of identical triangles. What fraction of the figure is shaded? Okay, we went through a similar question like this. So hopefully you remember that the numerator represents the number of shaded parts, and the denominator in a fraction represents the, let me make this clearer, total number of parts, or triangles in this case. Triangles. Okay, so let's count the number of shaded triangles that we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So our numerator is 4. And how many, and what is the total number of triangles? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. Our denominator is 9. So this fraction is already in its simplest form because 4 and 9 do not have any common factors. So the answer is simply 4/9. Okay. Next. Cup A contains 350 ml of water, and cup B contains 33 ml of water less than cup A. What is the volume of the water in cup B? Now, less than means you need to subtract something, or you need to subtract the numbers. So since cup B contains 33 ml of water less than cup A, we can get the volume of cup B by subtracting 350 ml with 33 ml. So our answer over here, sorry, let me make this clear, is 10 minus 3 is 7. This becomes 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. And this becomes 2. So, oh sorry, this means the same. So this becomes 317 ml. So this is the volume of cup B. Okay. Mindy left home for school at 6:50 a.m. She arrived at school at 7:25 a.m. How long was the journey from home to school? Now to do this, we can draw a timeline. So this was, this is home, and this is school. So we start at 6:50 a.m. when Mindy left to go to school. And then we can put another point here and label it as 7 a.m. So from 6:50 a.m. to 7 a.m., Mindy took how long? Mindy took 10 minutes. That's because when we add 10 minutes to 6:50 a.m., we get 7 a.m. And now we are only left to find the timing for this region from 7 a.m. to 7:25 a.m. And how long did Mindy take? Well, Mindy took 25 minutes. That's because the difference between 7:25 a.m. and 7 a.m. is 25 minutes. And to find the total time that Mindy took to reach school from home, we just need to add these two minutes together. So we have 25 minutes plus 10 minutes, and we get 35 minutes. So Mindy took a total of 35 minutes from home to school. Okay, now find the difference between 214 and 7,053. So difference means subtract. Okay, so we just need to subtract 214 from 7053. So let's do our working. 7053 minus 214. Okay, this becomes 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. This becomes 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. And this becomes 10. So 10 minus 2 is 8. And this becomes 6. So 6 minus 0 is 6. So the answer is 6839. 6839. Okay. What is the quotient and remainder when 109 is divided by 3? So to do this, we just need to divide 109 by 3. Divided by 3. So we do our working. 109 divided by 3. So this is 0. This becomes 10. And the closest multiple that 3 can get to 10 would be 9. So 3 times 3 is 9. This becomes 10 minus 9, so 1. 9. So 19. Closest multiple to 19 that 3 can get is 18. So that's 36. Sorry, that's yeah, 18 here. And we are left with 1. So the remainder is 1. So our quotient is 36, and we have the remainder of 1. 36, remainder 1. That's the answer. Okay. Let me just remove this so we can read this clearer. Okay. Using all the digits below, form the smallest 4-digit number. So our number has 4 digits. Now, this means that we need to make the most left digit the smallest. Okay? Followed by the next smallest number, and so on. So this is because we read the number from left to right. Okay? So over here, the smallest digit would be number 2. So number 2 goes first, followed by the second smallest digit, which is number 3, followed by 5, and then number 8, which is the last one. So our smallest 4-digit number is 2, 3, 5, 8. Okay. The next question, they want us to form the greatest 4-digit odd number. Now there are two things we need to take note of. This digit number has to be the largest, but it also has to be an odd number. So we need to make sure that the last digit is odd. So let me provide the spaces again. And part A is quite similar to part B, because in part A they wanted us to find the smallest, but now they want us to find the opposite for part B, which is the greatest. So by applying the same concept here, we need to make sure that the most left digit is the greatest for part B. So the greatest digit here is number 8. So the first digit from the left is 8. And since they want this number to be an odd number, we can guess that the last digit over here is one of the odd numbers present here. So our odd numbers are either 5 or number 3. So that's 5 or 3. But we still want to make it the greatest odd number, right? So we have to make sure that the next number here has to be the second greatest. So the second greatest number in these 4 digits that we have is actually number 5. So we have to put 5 here. And that means we can eliminate number 5 as being the last digit. So the last digit becomes number 3. And since we already have 3 numbers, the last number missing should be number 2. So this is the answer. Our answer is 8, 5, 2, 3. Okay. Study in the number pattern below. What is the missing number in the box? So when approaching these questions, we need to find out what's the difference between the consecutive numbers. So let's look at 3,480 and 3,560. So I'm just going to do this. 3560 minus 3480. 0 minus 0 is 0. 16 minus 8 is 8. And this becomes 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. Okay, so the difference between these two numbers is 80. So that means to get from 3,480 to 3,560, we need to add 80. But what about 3,640? would there be a pattern? Okay, let's check. 3,640 minus the number before that, which is 3,560. So 0 minus 0 is 0, and this becomes 14. 14 minus 6 is 8, and this becomes 5. So 5 minus 5 is 0, 3 minus 3 is 0. So we can see that the difference between 3,640 and 3,560 is similar to that of the first two numbers. So this is also plus 80. So now we can see that there is a pattern. Every consecutive number, we need to add 80. Okay, so to get this missing number, we need to add 80 to 3,720. So 3720 plus 80, 0 plus 0 is 0, 2 plus 8 is 10, so 0, carry the 1, 1 plus 7 is 8, and 3 plus 0 is 0. So the answer to this question is 3,800. And if we do put it here, 3,800, we can also see that the consecutive number here, 3,880, we need to add 80 to this to get this as well. So you can do that to check your answer. So we did get the correct answer. Okay, question 19. Find the value of 1 over 12 plus 7 over 12. Give your answer in its simplest form. Now that's good. We already have the same denominator over here. So we can easily just add these two fractions together. So it'll become 1 plus 7 over 12. So 8 over 12. Now, this isn't the simplest form yet, because 8 and 12 can still be divided by a common factor. And that common factor is 4. So if we divide this by 4, 8 divided by 4 is 2, 12 divided by 4 is 3. And this is the simplest form because 2 and 3 have no more similar factors, so they can't be divided any smaller. So our simplest form is 2 over 3. Question 20. What is the missing fraction in the box? Now over here we can see that 5 over 9 and 1 over 3 have different denominators. Now to answer this question, we have to make sure that both of their denominators are the same, so we can easily add or subtract the numerators together. So we can see that number 9 is the larger denominator compared to number 3. And is 9 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. It actually produces 3. So 1/3 can be changed into, if we multiply both the numerator and denominator by 3, we can get 3 over 9. So to get the missing fraction, we just need to get 5 over 9 plus 3, minus. So 5 over 9 minus 3 over 9. So since the denominators are the same, we can just put it as 5 minus 3 over 9. And this gives us 2 over 9. So our answer is 2 over 9. Okay, arrange the fractions in order. Begin with the greatest. Now, we have to make sure that these fractions have the same denominators again, so that we can easily compare them. And we even have a whole number here, which is number 1, but we can change it into a fraction later. For now, let's try and convert these other fractions with the same denominators. So the largest denominator that we have is 12. And we can try finding the common denominator for each fraction by checking if the largest denominator can be divided by 4 or 2 exactly. So is 12 divided by 4 possible? Yes, it is. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So we can convert this fraction, 3 over 4, into 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 3 is 12. So this is equals to 9 over 12. But what about 2? Is 12 divisible by 2? Yes. We get 6. So 1 over 2 can be converted to another fraction by multiplying this by 6 and this by 6. So we get 6 over 12. So half is equals to 6 over 12. Now that we have solved the two fractions, not solved, now that we have produced fractions with the same denominators, we can focus on this number. So number 1 is equals to 1 divided by 1. So we can convert this into 1 over 1 as a fraction. And since we already have a common denominator of 12, we can multiply this by 12 to make it the same denominator as the other fractions. So 1 can also be equals to 12 over 12. Okay, now that we have fractions of the same denominators, we can easily compare which fraction is the greatest in terms of their numerators. So remember, the numerators are the numbers on top of the fraction. So the fraction, which is the greatest, would have the greatest and largest numerator first. So the greatest and largest numerator is this, 12. So the first fraction we can put down as 1, or the first number, because it's the greatest. Now you also need to note that you should put the answers as the fractions that the question provided. Don't put the fractions that you have produced, because the question didn't provide it, okay? You have to use the ones that they give you. Alright, so after 1, you can find the next largest fraction, which has the second largest numerator, and that is number 9. So the next fraction is 3 over 4, followed by 6 over 12, which is half. And lastly, 5 over 12. So this is our answer. Okay, now